Welcome to this online interview by Project Cargo Weekly. Our very special guest of honor today is representatives of FEI Cargo in India. We start off by introducing Mr. Pratap Nair. He is the chairman, MD, and mentor nowadays for FEI Cargo, and he's located at the head office in Mumbai. And also Mr. Abhijit Nair. He is the CEO of FEI Cargo, and he is also located at the head office in Mumbai. First and foremost, welcome both of you gentlemen to this interview. And
Thank you.
Starting with you, Pratap, tell me about the history of FEI Cargo. You are obviously a mentor and an innovator and a guy who can establish things. What can you tell our viewers about FEI's history?
I cannot start talking about FEI's history without talking about me a little.
Please go ahead.
I have got into the logistics industry totally by accident. I never had any idea as to how a science graduate, a physics maths graduate who was connected to a research institute, I would get into the logistics industry was not even conceivable during those days.
Right.
Okay. I got into it and I never looked back.
Yeah.
For almost 10 years, I worked for 4 different giants in India, which included 2 of the international people like Kune Nagal and Panalpina. And then everywhere people used to ask me, why don't you start your own? Because I used to get the business, I used to get it executed, collected the money. But I said, look, I need to have the maturity to start a business of my own.
Yes.
And at the age of 32, that's in 1989, I got started with the FEI group. Now we are 36 years, young or old, whatever you call it.
Wow.
It's been a challenging job because I had no partners other than probably God. And I went about doing, and I have always, because of my employers, I thank them for creating me. They gave me all the freedom and the liberty to do whatever I wanted. And that gave me the confidence, and I could not think small. I always thought, whatever I do, I have to do it big. I have to do it in style. I have to make sure that the service quality is on top. And that's how we got when we got an opportunity to handle 11 charters for United Nations. We handled all the supercomputers that came from Cray Supercomputer US. We handled right from Cray's plant to the customer's door. We handled it. It was very sensitive. And we got it straight from the aircraft into our trucks and then transported to place. And we had so many such big and sensitive opportunities to do it. So even today, we may not be doing too many things, but whatever we do it with responsibility and care.
Yeah.
And we don't want to ever spoil our name. This has been our motto all my life.
I think this is a very impressive history, Pratap. I think you have the right philosophy nowadays, because people, they often run away and they don't care their reputation. They might go down with a company and then they start a new one. We have seen that many places. Very interesting. May I ask you, Abhijit, a little bit about, just like Pratap told about his background briefly, how did you get into logistics, Abhijit?
I think I've been in logistics since I was 5, ever since my 5 or 4, ever since my father started off with his company.
Right.
So I've always heard about freight forwarding, custom broking, transportation. I think it was good. I wanted to be a banker. I wanted to go and work for another international company. But then, fate had its own saying. And so then I started working for my father in 2008. And I think it was a great experience because I got to learn things faster. I was very young at that point of time, so no inhibitions, no worries, no pressures of family or anything. I was just a young guy who was there everywhere and could learn. And I think that's what's helped me become what I have become today. So yeah, my history is very small. It's just considering that fact that I've been an unofficial employee of FEI Cargo since I've been very young.
You got it in with mother's milk, so to speak. So,
Yes.
but you know that working together with your father doesn't mean that you get extra allowance. You have to hang
No,
in
no.
there,
I
I'm
mean,
sure.
oh yeah. I mean, I think so. I have this thing that I tell everyone. Um, it's a funny joke, but it's what summarizes my experience working with my father is that my father never came to office, but my boss came home every night.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
So
Well said, Abhijit. Excellent. Now we have the background of the two of you, and besides being close friends, you're also good business partners to me since many years. May I ask you, Abhijit, one more thing, a little bit about
yes.
your father mentioned briefly the amount of offices you had. Perhaps you can elaborate a little bit on FEI Cargo today. What are you a logistics provider? Do you only do project? Do you do air, sea? Do you do it all? And where do you cover, so to speak?
I believe in today's day and age, we do not have the liberty of being a very selective freight forwarder. So we have our specializations. We have people who are specialized in each of those activities. But we are one of those companies that say that we can move paper to projects, everything. So we have a courier division.
Yeah,
We have transport, domestic and exempt transportation. We do air and ocean freight. We do projects. We do air charters. We do custom broking, which is our bread and butter.
yeah,
That's what it all started off with.
yeah.
So we're into everything. We do NFOs. We do OBCs. So, we're
Okay, so
carrying the entire gamut of cargo.
okay,
And I like to
mhm.
and I like to position myself and I like to position the company in that array of activities that we offer our customers.
Yeah, yeah. That's so you can do it all, and you keep a control on the quality on what you do. One question to you was I'd like to ask you, Pratap here. Uh, you know, nowadays some shipping lines they want to be freight forwarders. They basically want to cut out the middleman, so to speak. How do you view that? Will they be successful, these shipping line who claim to be forwarders? How do you view that in Indian market?
My experience is that the airlines never got confused on their role.
That's
They
right.
knew that they're carrying cargo, that's their job.
Right.
Rest of the responsibilities they gave it to the IATA agents or the
Yeah.
forwarders, whatever they call it. But the shipping companies, they have always been getting confused. This is not a new phenomenon.
Well said.
And when people used to, go with one container or two containers, they thought, no, we wanted somebody with 100 containers to come to us.
Yeah.
And then the guys with a lot of cargo, they negotiated, they give very little money, very little profit to the shipping companies. They thought that is the easiest thing. They also never wanted to handle small cargoes. And then they realized the LCL operators were minting money. And then they wanted to come into LCL cargo
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
Today, and every time they want to cut out people who are making money other than them. Now they think they should keep buying forwarding companies and, they should get into booking cargo by themselves. But they don't understand. They are limiting their opportunities. And it's time they concentrated on their core business and left the rest of the things to us.
Well said.
They would prosper more by depending on forwarders to bring in the cargo, to handle the cargo, to collect the money, and we are responsible to the shipping company.
Yeah.
By cutting somebody out, you don't gain, you
No.
only lose.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that philosophy. Sometimes sharing is actually you gain more yourself by sharing instead of holding on to something. That's very good. Also in life, a good philosophy. Very excellent, Pratap. Glad to hear. Abhijit, may I ask you, practically in your Indian organization with a head office in Mumbai, your other offices, your father mentioned about 20 or so offices in
Yes.
India.
Right.
India has been famous for many things, but in logistics, there was always talk about, oh, when the cargo is going to India, it's going to be a problem moving it inland. There's a congestion, roadblocks, what. How is the situation nowadays in India? I believe big investments have been made in infrastructure, and you can do inland transport, right?
Correct. Yes, I mean, India has grown leaps and bounds when it comes to cargo handling.
Yeah.
What it was in the past to what it is today.
Yeah.
Luckily, today in the whole scene, you never hear that there is a problem in India and that's why the world is suffering.
Right.
All the port congestions and all don't belong to India because we're developing our ports. And today we're going by a different mechanism that we want to be one of the top ports. So we are making facilities that are larger than what is presently required. So
Right.
we are developing more capacity so that the supply and demand can increase as well.
Okay. And
So
inland transportation is not a problem for
inland
you.
transportation is something that is, so we never used rivers as a form of inland transportation.
Oh,
It was always road transport. Then in the late 2020s, rail transport also began, wherein they started moving cargo with rail. And now we've started investing heavily into water transport.
oh,
So like how the river Rhine is used
yes.
or Thames is used, is the same way that we are going to use our rivers across India, where we don't need to move something from west of India in Navasheva to the east, somewhere in the center of India using a truck, but we could actually move it on barges and then do the last leg with trucks.
Oh, yeah. That's
So that's
quite a feat for a big country like India. And yes,
yes,
you're right. In recent couple of years, I have not heard much about logistics problems, but it was, as you know, in the past, people always said that, oh, India, that's a problem. But I haven't heard that recently, so that's really good news. In your country, what would you say are the major ports, the very biggest ports for project cargo, for our viewers to understand? You have East Coast, West Coast, South Coast. Where
yeah.
are the biggest ports?
So when it comes to project cargo, the biggest port would still be Mumbai port,
Yeah.
with Mundra having some heavy cranes to start handling project cargo.
Okay.
Down south, it is Chennai, Ennore, Kattupalli. These ports have it. They're doing. There are other smaller ports like Dahej and ports on the east coast like Vizag, where there is project cargo, but
Yeah.
it's not big. It's based on inducement and actually based on if the shipper really wants cargo to move there. But otherwise, the first few ports are the ones that I named are the biggest. We are developing one of the biggest ports in India down south, which
Okay.
is known as which is coming through very soon. It's already in commission. It's being used as MSC as a bunkering point,
Oh,
but very soon you will also start seeing break bulk cargo moving from there because it has a very good depth in the water, and so the biggest vessels can come there and go out
very
of that port.
interesting. And looking at the map, if I look at the world map behind me here, you can't see it because of my background, but I have a world map here.
Mhm.
Your location is strategic.
Yes.
I mean, everybody passes by you, and that leads me to a question to you, Pratap. I know that you are the mentor, and you also follow the local politics and what happens in the world. I saw recently that there were some plans in India about developing the Nicobar Islands to have I don't know if you are aware of that, but some transshipment hub and to make India kind of like a pearl, where people pass by and load, unload, and transship. What is your opinion on that?
Yeah, for a long, long time, Indians were under the rule of foreigners.
Right.
So our mentality was always we have to depend on others
Yeah.
to take care of us.
Yeah.
But now that mentality is changing, and now we have started considering ourselves as world leaders,
Yes.
and we have to come out with solutions.
Yes.
And what major difference that has happened in the last 10, 20 years is we have government, private, and public, association for developing ports, infrastructure, everything. And this is becoming an easy thing because private enterprise and government, when we get together,
Yeah.
the results is that's how we have been constructing more than 40 kilometers of roads every day. And earlier, between Mumbai and Delhi or Mumbai and Nagpur and all used to be very, very far. Now we're having better roads with short running period. Otherwise,
Yeah.
kilometers had nothing to do with the distances to be covered because the roads were bad.
Yeah.
But now we have 6 lanes roads across India, and like Abhijit said, we are also trying to take care of the water transport, everything. So every time a road or a new something gets constructed, we become better.
Yeah.
Now we have also started talking to our neighbors. Earlier there was a lot of political interferences. Now Modi, coming from a business attitude, he's been creating relationship with everybody, saying that it's good for me, it's good for you. Let's
Yeah.
do it together. So whether it is Colombo, Sri Lanka, or UAE, or Iran, or our own islands,
Yes.
and developing Vizhinjam port, everything is doing it with a lot of futuristic thoughts in his mind.
Yes. Yes.
And this is, over a period of time, we will get our, position back.
Yes. Yes. No. I'm sure you will. First of all, you have a huge population. You also have a lot of clever people, and it's time you take your rightful place in the world. And I think you're on the way. And of course, logistics is part of it, because if we can't get our stuff to markets, what can we do? So
Yes.
Yes.
very.
And
I'd just like to add there that our Prime Minister and the present government,
Yeah.
they understand the importance of logistics. So if
Okay.
you look at it, he was the first Prime Minister of the world to attend an IATA conference
Okay.
because he understood how important air cargo and air travel is.
Yes.
Second, he's the first one to talk about India developing its own shipping line. So you must have heard about this, about the new development of Bharat shipping line,
Yes.
which
Yes.
is there's a lot of news about it. There's a lot of buying of vessels and other talks about what has to be done. But they're really trying to invest into logistics because they understand that we have the goods. We just need something to take. We are dependent, heavily relying on foreign carriers and Western vessels and other things. Now they want to do it in-house as well.
Yeah. No, I think that's it's with the size of your economy, it's a prudent step. And I must also like to think, can you feel, if I ask you, Pratap, can you feel in the we cannot get out away from politics nowadays, also not in shipping, and we should not have a political discussion here, but just briefly, can you see that more and more production are being moved to India, say, instead of China, for example? I mean, that you can see more Western companies coming in, making their products, or that you are more of an attractive investment in destination now. Can you see that?
yes, we can see that because our people are now becoming more and more ambitious.
Yeah.
Earlier, they used to be happy with whatever it is, and they used to be happy blaming it on their fate.
Yeah.
But now we have more engineering colleges, more, the workforce is more qualified, enthusiastic, and young.
Yes.
This
Yes.
makes a big difference.
Yes.
And we also can think, we are not just workers.
No.
They are thinking workers. They can
Yes.
develop, they can suggest to the management, maybe this is the way you are telling me to do it, but if we can do it this way, this could even make it more profitable or more easier or more lasting, or quality can go up. So there's a different kind of a workforce available in India.
Yeah, no, it's we are proud of people who are like me, who are not Indian. We are proud of you. You are the world's biggest democracy, and comparing that to the world's not biggest democracy, we prefer to have you here as friends. So it's
and every situation makes us more strong.
Yeah.
Now we have started developing our own defense equipments.
Yes.
Now we're not just making it for ourselves. Now we have started supplying to other countries also.
Yes.
And when COVID came, our scientists got into action very fast,
Mm-hmm.
and they could take care of Indians as well as a lot of other countries.
Yeah.
Giving them COVID vaccine at the cheapest possible price.
Yeah.
We wanted to take advantage of the situation.
Yeah. Well,
So this is how,
in that case, I can certainly say you are among the better countries, because I saw some other countries that were very quick to make a huge amount of money on other people's. Yeah.
That's not good. And before we conclude, I wanted to tell you something about Abhijit.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Abhijit, as he said, I've been making use of him because he used to have Thursday holiday. So I used to bring him to office, and he got connected to logistics at a very young age.
Mm-hmm.
And he became friendly with our staff. And then he also was very friendly with my international partners. So when he was very free with all kinds of people. So that made him good. But after his studies he returned from Switzerland, and he came into my office. The very first day when he came into my office as an employee, he came into my cabin without knocking.
Okay.
And he came and sat next to, opposite me. And I didn't even look at him.
No.
And I said, Mr. Nair, he said, Daddy, I said, Mr. Nair, if I need you, I'll ask for you. Please go back to your seat.
I like it.
My wife was with me that time, and she felt so offended. She said, hey, you have, the boy, what will he think? I said, he should know that till yesterday he came to his father's office, and today he came to his office, and he's just an employee. And I also managed to make him go to the port, to the CFSs, to stuff cargo and things like that. And he used to come all dirty back home. And my only son, my wife, used to feel, the mother in her used to feel. So I said, look, he has to get connected to cargo.
Correct.
He should feel cargo. Otherwise, he will never grow.
Yes. I like that, because to see that a father grooms the son in a proper way without giving special benefits, people have to learn in some ways the hard way, because otherwise they will have problem later. I think that's very smart. Excellent. But I can say that knowing you for a long time also, Abhijit, you've done well, and you are still a humble CEO. You are by no means arrogant, as we see in some other father and son companies, that the son becomes very arrogant because they're proud. And I think both of you are approachable, since I know you both. It's fantastic to see. One of the final questions I will ask, because we know that you cover India, you're one of the best ones that I know in the country. Pratap, if I may ask you one of the final questions here, how do you see the future and the market now? We are soon close to 2026. What's your feeling about market share and market?
Business has to increase.
Yeah.
Business has to increase because the population is, as far as India is concerned, we are still growing.
Yeah.
Maybe in a few years we should be 200, So we will need a lot of stuff in India.
Yeah.
We are also capable of producing a lot of things for the world.
Yeah.
So all this means, like I keep telling people, as long as we have to eat food, wear clothes, and have medicines, logistics is here to stay. And in India, we are growing everywhere. Earlier, like it used to be limited to a few cities or few states.
Yeah.
Today, including the northeast part of India, which used to be ignored.
Yeah.
Everywhere we are having some production, something, like there was a time when people said getting apple from Australia or New Zealand was easier than getting it from Kashmir.
Yeah.
But today you can get it easier from Kashmir. So things are growing, and India is going to be a happening place, and we will have, at least for the next 10 years, logistics business is going to be on the very, very high level.
Yeah, it's fantastic words, and it fills me with confidence I have to come out and see you soon there. So as I threatened with many times. Okay, a final word also to you, Abhijit. As a CEO, and of course you can always get guidance from your father, the mentor. But as a CEO, how do you see the future in your company? Can you get good staffs to run the show and expand? And how do you feel the rest of this year, next year, when you look at your crystal ball?
my crystal ball is confused as well because every day there is something new that comes onto it.
Yeah.
So I can't, I'm not too much of a person who predicts. I like to put my targets, I like to put the numbers. Right now, we're doing fine with those, so I can't complain too much. But yeah, it's still, we've got a lot of hard work to do because there's a lot of vulnerability in the outside world.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
that's something we can't, that's not under our control. So we've got to do everything right, what we do.
Yeah.
With regards to staff and other thing, we're also investing a lot into a lot of fresh talent because
Yeah.
you know there is logistics is the biggest business now, and we genuinely feel that we need to invest on new fresh talent
Yeah.
because with new people can more growth happen, and so we're doing that. We're trying our best. We've got some good staff who've backed us up for so many years, and they have been the pillars of strength for us for FEI. I mean, a lot of people who work with us all across the country and all across the world know a lot of them very well, and they know how good they are at their jobs. So
Of course.
that way, but I believe that it's with the advent of AI and a lot of other things happening around the world, fresh talent, and then using AI to a proper way for our companies, for our working to become easier, is what we are looking at.
Okay.
So we're going through those processes now to see
Yeah.
that we can grow.
Yeah, very good. It sounds like a good plan. Develop the technology, but never forget the people. I think that's very smart combining. Then I will have the chairman and the mentor to have the last word. And my question to the chairman and the mentor here is, will you ever retire, Mr. Chairman?
I will.
I
I
will say
will. I want to. And there's a bit of a confusion or an argument between me and my CEO.
Yeah.
My CEO is still in a maintenance mode, and I told him, the day I see you in the growth mode,
Yeah.
I will retire. Till then, I have to be there.
Yeah, you have to
Because
keep an eye on.
he has to
Okay.
get out of the maintenance mode to the growth mode.
Yes,
The
yes,
day
yes.
I see my son into the growth mode,
Yes, then you can.
I retire. I retire. Then I've done my job as a
Yeah,
father, as the mentor, as the founder of this company.
yeah.
Then I know I'm in safe hands.
Yes, you certainly are. It's fantastic. Great to see you both here. And I want to say formally, Pratap, many thanks to you.
yes.
Thank
And
you.
also to you, Abhijit, many thanks to you.
Thank you very much. Yes.
And to all our listeners, viewers, and readers from around the world, this was yet another great interview by Project Cargo Weekly. Our very special guest of honor today has been Mr. Pratap Nair. He is the chairman, MD, and mentor of FEI Cargo, based at the headquarters in Mumbai, India. And Mr. Abhijit Nair, he's the CEO. He also happens to be the son of the chairman, and based also at the headquarters in Mumbai. If you need anything to or from India, you need any help on this vast part of the world and that is booming aggressively nowadays, do contact FEI Cargo. I can certainly, from experience, say that you will not be disappointed. So from me in Project Cargo Weekly, thank you very much, and we will be in touch. Thank you.